Thursday Night Baseball on MLB Network as we join you from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. Tonight, the finale of this four-game set between the Detroit Tigers and the Kansas City Royals. Two great hitters lead their teams to battle next on MLB Network. Danny Duffy will be on the mound for Game 4. What do we need to know here, HR?
Well, Matt, he's got an ERA under 4. Now, that's not great, and it's not bad either. He's consistent, and he's a very reliable pitcher. So the thing you like about him, give me the ball, I'm going to go get him, and then you get what you get.
Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias. He is, of course, a guy to be wary of if he gets on base. His stolen base total leads the ball club. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Harold Reynolds, we look at the Royals as they enter play here tonight. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Yeah, Matt, the series didn't start the way they wanted to. Clearly, you lose the first 2 games, then you win yesterday. That's why a win today gives you a split. You salvage the series.
I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
I'll tell you, if I'm on the hill, I'm throwing that changeup again. Didn't look like he picked it up very well out of his hand.
Here it comes, 0-2. And this is sliced foul into the stands in right, out of play. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a good pitch there as this is swung on and missed for the first out of the ball game. So a moment now to take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Detroit Tigers. HR, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Well, Matt, this team does not strike out a whole lot. They put the ball in play, and they rely on putting pressure on the other team. And if you make a mistake, they're going to capitalize. But their game is pressure, put the ball in play.
Here's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. Danny Duffy, 7 hits in 29 at-bats. 2 of those hits were for home runs. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck. 73 degrees our game time temperature here tonight, and it probably won't get a whole lot cooler than that. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Skied into straightaway right. Soler is there. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Batting third, first baseman Miguel Cabrera.
The first baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in, and he's a guy who's been absolutely terrific over the last couple of series, really swinging it well. Now the pitch. Off the plate and low here, ball 1. And there are our umpires for this one. Working balls and strikes will be Mr. Darryl Parker.
Darryl Parker, you know what I see with him, Matt, he's basic. You know, he's a guy that calling balls on the corners is not really his strength. He's going to stay right in the middle. Fundamental Darryl. Here it is. That was a good pitch, good call. I'm going to be safe. That's him.
And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Detroit. Nothing for the Tigers in their half of the first. Kansas City coming to bat. Stay tuned to MLB Network. Michael Fulmer gets the ball for the Tigers in this one. What's your take on him, H?
Matt, the last 3 games been a bit of a struggle, and you wonder why. Well, you look at the base runners. He's allowing a lot of traffic on the bases, and so for that, I look at one number, his whip. It's over 1.5. He's got to get that down if he wants a chance to win games.
Into the box, Lorenzo Cain. And he really thrives in the batter's box here at home. Something to keep an eye on in this one. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats. Harold, these Tigers, as they begin play here tonight, despite the loss last time out, they'd won 4 in a row, so they've been on a nice little roll here.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, they won the first 2 games. They played really good ball and then lost yesterday's game. They still got a chance now to win the series. You don't want to split it after you win the first 2. It's a pivotal game for them.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2. There's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. Here's another 0-2. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Another 0-2 home. Another one sent foul. The 0-2 once more. Slider. Ooh, thought he had him, but it's 1-2.
So tough to lay off that pitch he just missed on. That's a sweeping slider. You got 2 strikes on you. That ball just continues to move, and he laid off it.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And here's a ball hit in the air. And Cabrera will take this one for the first out. And with that, here's a look at the hometown Royals starting lineup card. Anybody catch your eye, Dan?
Well, I love the way Eric Hosmer plays the game. He's one of those guys you want at the plate in those big game-defining moments. He's such a clutch hitter in those situations, and hopefully we'll have that in this game as well.
Into the box now, Paulo Orlando. And he's hoping to get things going at the plate. It's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Here's a liner caught by Castellanos at third. And that will become out number 2.
First baseman, Eric Hosmer.
Set to go now, Eric Hosmer. And he's someone they're going to have to watch out for. You can see he's been a tough out over the last couple of series. First pitch coming. Here it is. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. The 0-1 delivery. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down, and unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line, you see a lot of swinging misses on those.
High in the air out to center field. Jackson is under it. And that retires the side. KC down in order. And this is still a 0-0 ball game. Here's J.D. Martinez. He was hitless in the shutout last night.
Right fielder, J.D. Martinez.
From the stretch. A fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. Here comes the 1-0. Knee-high slider that he takes a look at. 1-1. Here it comes. Boy, good fight on the slider, and it just missed inside.
Wow, that was a decent breaking ball right there, but that's just a pitch that's a little easier to lay off of when you're opposite-handed, opposite bat. You could see the sweep of the ball coming right into you. That was a great take.
Set to deliver on 2-1.
Nope. Outside.
Oh, he wanted that one, but it misses for ball 3. Three and 1. Here it is. And that misses for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk here to start the second.
You know, it takes a lot of discipline to watch a pitch like that go by, but on a 3-1 count, he had the luxury of being a little bit more selective up there. Good take, and a walk is the result.
Here's Justin Upton now. Career numbers against Danny Duffy, 4 for 11. He's also hit a couple of home runs against him. First pitch on its way to Upton.
Ball, that's out.
Now here's a slider that can't quite get back to the outside corner. It's ball 1.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Chop foul over towards the dugout. A 1-1 now to Upton. A fastball that just misses inside.
Boy, not exactly what you'd like as a pitcher. One of the keys is to minimize your pitches, attack the strike zone early, a lot of deep counts, and working himself into a lot of trouble.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Fastball, and oh, he has to bend out of the way of that one.
Well, a pitcher can tell you a lot early in the game. With this veteran pitcher out here, fastball in. To me, it looks like he's going to try to take that inside half and say, that is mine.
Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Got him to go after the change there, and that'll run things full 3-2.
That's the perfect pitch after you've just brushed a guy back. The hitter probably isn't sitting up there thinking you're going to flip something soft up there.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So back-to-back walks have him in business here with nobody out.
Well, this guy's been prone to giving up walks in bunches, and that's already 2 walks here in the early going. We'll see if this continues to be an issue for him as this start continues.
Digging in, Nick Castellanos, hitting just a bit over the Mendoza line on the year. From the stretch, here's the pitch. A called strike over the outside corner.
Well, Matt, this is a situation in last night's game. They didn't do a very good job driving in runs. Now, in this game, you capitalize on it. You grow from your mistakes and be able to come back and deliver in this one here.
0-1, here it comes.
Nope,
and the changeup is way low that time. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And this will be fouled away. None out. Runners at first and second. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he will make the play, and an important one it was, as those runners will have to hold now with one away.
All right, here's how the Royals are lined up defensively, brought to you by Majestic. And at first base, Eric Hosmer, I think he's one of the best defenders in all the game at first base. Tremendous range. He's aggressive, too. Not afraid to catch a ball and throw it to second base for that double play. Aggressive first baseman. I like them.
The 0-1 delivery. Strike two at a pitch that catches the outside corner.
I guess he's really trying to measure that fastball in his first at bat, but you really never want to put yourself in 0-2 count if you could do anything about it.
0-2 is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2 now.
0-2 pitch, not even close to the zone, and a fastball might be an indication that he's going to start using some of his secondary pitches.
And that misses 2-2.
Kind of pitching him backwards in this AB. Soft stuff early, then those last two were fastballs, trying to get it right by him.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are two gone. Here's Austin Jackson, the center fielder. Career numbers against Danny Duffy, and even 10 hits in 32 at-bats. He's taken him deep once. Ball one.
Well, they've really shut him down this series. No hits in the series, and they've done a great job of executing their pitches. They found his weaknesses and stayed with it.
The set and the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. And here's a ball lifted high into foul ground down the right field line. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. A couple of walks, but no damage. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. In is Jorge Soler. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only one score. Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Couldn't wait back. A swing and a miss.
Now on 0-2, I don't think we're going to see any more hittable fastballs. If we see one at all, it'll probably be extended out of the zone, or at least that'll be the intent.
That fastball straightens him up a bit. 1-2 now. Ready to deliver the 1-2. And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Let's take a look at the Tigers defense, brought to you by Majestic. In this day and age, when teams are moving all over the place playing the shift, these guys are old school, very traditional. You don't see the shift applied very often to this club.
The third baseman, Mike Moustakas, now. The season batting average comes in down in the 240s. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. And they'll try and get him out in front to start the at-bat, but this misses off the plate away. It's ball one. The 1-0 delivery. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now. Skied in the air to straightaway left. And Upton's got this one. 2 away now.
Batting sixth, catcher, Salvador Perez.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez, coming into this one against Michael Fulmer. Just a 3 for 13 batting line. 2 of those hits were for home runs. First pitch here misses wide. 1-0. 1-0 pitch on the way. That one's going to find the seats. Strike one. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. The changeup right on the outside corner for a strike.
Probably better that he let that pitch go anyway. After seeing a lively fastball on the pitch before, it's pretty hard to sit back enough on a well-thrown changeup.
And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning. Bottom of the second here with no score. This is pretty well hit by Perez, but he got out in front a bit too much. It's a foul ball. The 2-2 one more time. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. And Jackson will look this one in to retire the side. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. To complete. Bring up Mikey Mata. He brings a rather ugly 230s batting average into this one.
Mikey Mata.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Escobar is there for it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Hey, every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? One pitch, one out, a pop-up to start the inning.
Striding in once again, Jose Iglesias. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First pitch on its way. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball one. Both teams so far yet to crack the hit column. Pitch to the plate is a slider for a strike, and it's all knotted up at 1-1. 1-1 now to Iglesias. Hit back up the middle. That's a hit, the first of the game for the Tigers.
A lot of base hits up the middle. Set your sights up the alleys and try to take it back up the middle hard like he did right here. Nice job.
Ian Kinsler.
Standing in now, Ian Kinsler, as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike one. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. He's set. Here's the 0-1. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slider stayed too low. Ball two. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Coming in on it is Kane, but he won't get there. It falls in. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double.
There's no question he's been struggling at the dish lately, trying to do anything to get himself going. So he's got to feel pretty good after that double. Not to take anything away from him, but I think I could have probably hit that pitch.
Yeah, that's one of those gift pitches, not the location he was shooting for. Stepping in now, Miguel Cabrera, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
A lot of times you see guys get too aggressive and try to do too much at the plate with guys on, but right here he's doing a great job of waiting on the right pitch. Got himself ahead in the count now.
Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
I like how he's mixing up the fastball and the changeup right there. That's how we got the 2-2 count. I think he comes back with a changeup here.
Runners are at second and third with 1 down. Tried to stay back on the changeup there, but this is chopped foul at home plate. Here's another 2-2. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Out of here and by a long ways. A monstrous 3-run home run. A 3-run shot off the bat of Miguel Cabrera. Home run number 15 for him thus far. And the Tigers take a 3-0 lead.
Well, he tried to sneak a fastball by him, and like they always say, you can't sneak the cheese by the rat, particularly if it's up high like that one right there.
Right fielder, J.D. Martinez.
In now, J.D. Martinez. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He'll enter play here with an average just over 250, 18 homers, and 47 RBIs. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a soft liner, and that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Well, we see a lot of line drives from this guy, but because he keeps that bat in the plane so long, he picks up cheap hits like this soft liner. He's just a good hitter.
Into the box, Justin Upton, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 15 long balls and 38 runs batted in. The 0-1 on its way. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2.
It's so hard to hit when you're behind the count 0-2, right? You have to protect for the fastball. You have to look for the soft stuff down and away. You're really at a disadvantage when you fall behind 0-2.
Nick Castellanos now, as he'll take a look at ball 1. 0 for 1 after a pop out in foul territory his first time through. Way out in front.
Well, that's a true indicator he's looking for a fastball in. He wanted to spin to win right there, knock one as far as he could. He got the off-speed pitch inside, and he pulled off of it.
The 1-1 pitch. And a fastball just a bit up.
Well, I think he just kind of lost focus on the mound right there. It's clearly not going his way, and he's thinking more about that than the task at hand. And right now he needs to think about this hitter.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Soler is there. And that's the 3rd out. But not before 3 cross the plate for the Tigers on the strength of this 3-run home run. We played 2.5. It's now 3-0 Tigers. Here's the left fielder out. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. The 0-1 pitch. A fastball that finds the outside corner.
He looks really strong here early in this game, and that fastball is a good example. Put that thing in a great spot and right where he wanted it.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And there's one well above the zone for a ball.
Hey, I know you have to protect the strike zone when you get the count to 2 strikes, but on an 0-2 pitch that misses by that much, it's pretty easy for a hitter not to swing at that one.
Now the 1-2 home to Gordon. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Pulled high in the air out to right field. On the move is Martinez. 1 out.
Batting 8th, the shortstop, Alcides
Digging in,
Escobar.
Alcides Escobar. He is, of course, a guy to be wary of if he gets on base. His stolen base total leads the ball club. Into the windup and the pitch. A high fastball is in there.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
The windup and the 0-1. And a neck-high fastball that time. And that slider's almost in the dirt. Coming into this one against Michael Fulmer. There's plenty of it, but he's just 1 for 14. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
3-ball count right now. This looks like the best chance of getting a base runner on so far.
Into his motion. Here comes the 3-1. That's softly hit to right. Will that get down? Oh, but he robs him on a super diving catch.
Batting 9th, second baseman, Whit Merrifield.
Whit Merrifield next to hit. The average for him entering play, not far north of 200. Into the windup and the pitch. And this is fouled back and out of play. The 0-1 delivery. Looks at a changeup that catches the corner. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. Royals go down 1-2-3. Still down 3-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, James McCann. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
James McCann.
Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike 1.
Well, there's a strike looking, but you know what? They've been so patient. They're leading in this game, I think, because of their discipline at the plate. They're not swinging at balls out of the zone.
Comes set and the 0-1. A good knee-high changeup taken for a strike. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. Ready on 1 and 2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Hard hit ball to second. He lays out, but he can't make the play, and it's thrown into right.
Well, that's a perfect example of taking a ball inside out. You know, you hear that terminology, stay inside the ball. Right there, he took a ball inside and shot it the other way for the base hit.
Into the box now, Austin Jackson. And this is in the air down the left field line and into foul territory. And this will fall, but it's a foul ball.
Nope.
1-1.
You can really tell about how effective this guy's going to be when guys are swinging at that changeup. So far in this one, they've been real smart to let it go.
One and 1. Here it comes.
That's a ball.
And that one stayed too low, apparently. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. Here's the pitch on 2 and 2. And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So after getting the strikeout on the fastball, not a bad time to check out our pitch speed comparison for our 2 starters. And we've got 2 guys bringing some serious gas for you, as you see there. Top speeds 96 and 97. Digging in to try it again, Mikey Matzuk comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. Ready with the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it, he probably gets some pretty weak contact, if anything. He jammed him pretty hard on the previous pitch, so my bet was he was going to try to cheat on the inside part, thinking it might be coming again.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Takes a look at a strike over the inside corner. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors in the ball game for the Tigers. And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
Well, as a pitcher, you never want to hit a guy, but he's been struggling early, and hitters have owned the inside part of the plate, so maybe this will help him reclaim the inner half and start to become more effective. Has to command it in there, though.
Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. First pitch on its way. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike one. The Royals get some action in the bullpen going now as a left-hander starts to throw. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike two.
As a hitter, you know the pitcher's trying to work you down around the knees in a double play situation, so making him get a pitch up and actually in the zone is a must.
1-2. Here it comes. A line shot to third base.
The batter, number 3, second baseman, Ian Kinsler.
Here's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. 2 men on, 2 away here in the fourth. Here comes the first pitch. A cold strike on the inside corner. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. Here's the 1-1 delivery. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance, but not quite enough as it's off the center field wall. In to score the runner from second. The tag from Perez. He's out at the plate. Tigers get just the 1. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. Detroit is out in front 4-0. In now is Lorenzo Cain back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
First offering on its way. Swing and a line drive, but foul. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Looks at a slider over the outer half for strike 2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Slider, good 2-strike pitch, but it misses 1-2.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the away pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, man, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Lorenzo Cain is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning. And that'll bring up the Brazilian-born Paulo Orlando as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0.
Nope.
Fastball just a bit low here. He's behind 2-0 now.
That's a good approach when you're facing a young arm you might not be too familiar with. Take a look at a few and see what he's got. Now he's got himself ahead in the count.
And he watches this one in there for a high strike. And the pitch on 2-1. Softly hit out to short. A dive, and he knocks it down. And not really much of a chance to recover there as he'll reach first on what undoubtedly will be scored as an infield single.
Eric Hosmer.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Eric Hosmer. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Ball hit high and foul down the left field line. It's strike one. The 0-1 on its way. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Boy, he juked him out of his shoes with that changeup. Stood almost no chance of doing anything with it, but it probably looked good coming in.
Oh, and 2, here it comes. And the slider gets him swinging, 2 gone.
That was a good job tying him up inside on that strikeout pitch. It wasn't even in the strike zone, but with the hitter protecting with 2 strikes, that's the kind of pitch you can get him to offer at, and he's probably not going to do much with it when he does make contact.
In is Jorge Soler as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. The 0-1 pitch. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch that misses 1-2.
Didn't catch the corner there, but you can see he was trying to jam him with that running action on that 2-seam fastball.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2 on the ground up the middle. On to second for the force out, and the side is retired. Royals leave 1. They're down 4-0. Mike Minor is going to take over here in inning number 5, so it'll be from here on out.
Mike Minor.
First baseman Miguel Cabrera stands in. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier.
Miguel Cabrera.
There's a changeup over the outside corner. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
Well, that's a high fastball in the low 90s. That is a dangerous, dangerous pitch right there. He got away with one. The guy took the pitch. Maybe he's just measuring him up. I wouldn't come back with that again.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Well, he certainly wasn't intimidated on the mound right there. He had to stare down a really good hitter, and instead of working around the zone, he challenged him with 3 straight good pitches. I like that he didn't give his opponent too much credit.
Here's J.D. Martinez. Ball chopped foul right at home plate, and it's 0-1. He steps in off a base hit in his last at bat. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And here's another one that misses to the Tiger right fielder as he moves ahead 2-1 now. 4 runs, 6 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the Tigers. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1.
3 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. And a changeup. Couldn't get him to bite, and it's ball 4. Ready for another chance? Justin Upton. He's 0 for 1 thus far. A changeup that just catches the bottom of the zone for a strike.
Good pitch right there from the reliever. Tough for hitters to do much with pitches in that location unless they're looking for it.
Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2. And a slider just about gets away from him there as it runs in a bit too close for comfort.
Well, this team, they're swinging at everything, but that pitch was just a little too far out of the strike zone.
Minor ready with a 1-2. Swing and a ball hit softly on the ground. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out.
Up next for the Tigers, third baseman
Nick Castellanos now. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. He's set and the pitch. Leaves a slider up high, but it's taken for a strike. The 0-1. Right over the middle, knee high.
He certainly hasn't been the aggressor in this at bat. 2 straight takes, so now we'll see if he can change his approach and battle up.
From the belt, kicks and deals. That's inside and low. It's a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Now a flare out toward right center. Here comes Soler. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Tigers leave 1, but they're in front 4-0. The third baseman, Mike Moustakas, now. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
First delivery to him on the way. Right over the middle, knee high. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. Way in front of that fastball.
He hasn't used that pitch much this game. That's one he's been working on the bullpen, and now he's brought it into the game. If he's able to incorporate that in his stuff, look out.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he can't get out of the way there, so the leadoff man will be aboard to open up the inning.
This is a perfect example of why the slider is such a great pitch and such a dangerous pitch, too. Sometimes it moves so much that you just lose control of it. This one runs way too far in, and the hitter is standing on first as a result.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Tough slider over the inside corner for a strike. Bat explodes as this has popped up. He lays out, but it's out of his reach, so that's a tough strike too. Here it comes on 0-2. Again, he sends it out of play. Ready with another 0-2. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Well, tried to throw a high fastball right by him there. Didn't work, but now we'll see if that sets up some different options. Wouldn't be surprised to see a good slider down and away right here.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the 2-seamer, and that's out number 1. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the 5th, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just 1 hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. Here's the left fielder, Alex Gordon. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Has a look, now the pitch. And that misses, ball 1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. Fastball, and that thing got up there at 95 miles an hour, a ball and a strike. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Sharp slider that time, just missed inside. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. And this is fouled at the plate. He's set. Here's the 2-2. And this is swung on and missed, and Gordon becomes out number 2 now.
The shortstop, number 2, Alcides Escobar.
Here's Alcides Escobar, the shortstop. He's set. Here it comes. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone. Second pitch is chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind now 0-2.
Boy, Matt, he's in some kind of groove, and they better get something working because he is 1 pitch away from throwing 5 shutout innings. Talk about dominant work so far.
And another foul ball. And this one's in the dirt. And just what they wanted offensively as the runner moves into scoring position.
Well, the intent there with that 2-strike pitch was obviously to get him to fish for something he couldn't do a whole lot with, but there's the risk that comes with that as well. If you don't execute or your catcher can't handle it very well, you give up 3 bases.
1-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss at 1 in the dirt. The throw to first is in time, and the inning is over. 1 left for Kansas City. They trail here 4-0. And looking for more, James McCann. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Number 34, James McCann.
Started to go around, but it's ruled strike 1 anyway. Line shot to first, and there's 1 away.
Now batting, the center fielder, Austin Jackson.
Here's Austin Jackson, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Here's the first pitch to him.
That's a
And he
ball.
takes ball one.
Ball one, no strike.
Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. A high fastball is in there. One out, nobody on. Checks his swing here, but he does so in time.
I like that check swing. He started to offer at the off-speed pitch, but he recognized it and was able to hold up.
And the pitch on 2-1. Can't find the zone there, and it's 3-1. Here it is on 3-1. Drilled right back up the middle and into center field as he's aboard with a one-out single.
Well, he got a 3-1 fastball. Nice approach. He was looking for that one pitch, and he got it. He took it right back up the middle.
Designated hitter, Mikey Matuk.
And that'll bring up Mikey Matuk as he'll come up empty there as he misses the off-speed pitch for strike one. Last time up, he was hit by a pitch. He's ready. Here's the 0-1.
Nope, that's a ball.
And that misses 1-1. Runners on first with one down. Now we'll step off and fire to the bag. Runner back safely. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Oh, he missed that pitch. I tell you what, as the pitcher, he's got to gain his composure. You can see guys fall apart after you see a ball in the zone that long get called a ball on you.
Now a snap throw to first, and the runner back in standing. The 2-1 on its way.
Ball 3.
And that changeup didn't tempt anybody and misses for ball 3.
Call didn't go his way on 2-1, but it's important here on 3-1 to still make a quality pitch. You have to have the mindset that you're still the one in the driver's seat.
He's set. Here's the 3-1. And he takes ball 4. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
The shortstop, number 1, Jose Iglesias.
Digging in to try it again, Jose Iglesias. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. From the stretch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes.
I'll tell you, it's a helpless feeling for a manager or a pitching coach when your pitchers are having a really hard time throwing strikes. What are you supposed to do other than keep trying new guys until someone starts attacking the zone?
And it's a called strike to even the count at 1. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Escobar has it. A step on the bag for 1. On to Hosmer, but it'll come too late to get them both.
After fielding this one cleanly, you see he tries to take it himself at second base, but they just can't turn the double play.
Ready for another shot now. Ian Kinsler, 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Back up the middle. Scooped up on the backhand. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Tigers strand a pair, but they hold a 4-0 lead. Whit Merrifield next to hit. He'll start things out in their half of the sixth as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. One hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
Into the windup and the pitch. And the changeup is way low that time. On its way is pitch number 75.
That's
Ball 2 now. Here he comes on 2-0. Slapped hard the opposite way. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
So we always say you fall behind the count. In this case, 2-0, you're going to get hurt. He was forced to give him a fastball, and sure enough, the hitter didn't miss it.
Standing in now, Lorenzo Cain in the dirt, and now let's see. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
Wow, 1 pitch ago he had only given up a single, but that wild pitch, that single essentially turns into a double. Those kind of things can absolutely kill you.
A runner at second, nobody out. Change up low, 2-0. Here he comes on 2-0. And now a called strike that time as the zone expands a bit here. It's 2-1 now.
Yeah, the hitter probably doesn't like that call, but the guy on the mound, he's hit that spot all game. He earned it.
Set to deliver on 2-1. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Upton's under it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Now batting, designated hitter, Orlando.
Ready for another chance? Paulo Orlando, 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
One thing you try to do as a hitter is figure out what pattern the pitcher is pitching. I can't cover the whole plate. He's done a masterful job of pounding him on the outside half for strikes, and they haven't figured it out yet.
Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
Well, that's 2 impressive fastballs. 2 mid-90s fastballs just reaching back saying, I dare you to hit it. Finds himself in a nice 0-2 count now.
The 0-2 delivery. Almost a worm burner as he misses on a low fastball. Ball 1.
On 0-2, you'll sometimes get a guy to chase a fastball out of the zone away or up, but when it's way down like that, it's much easier to lay off because you can tell the ball is moving further away from eye level as it comes in.
And he's forced to protect with 2 strikes as he had to reach for that one to foul it away. Off the plate that time and a little high. It's even at 2-2. One out and a runner on second base. Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ball game.
He's just bringing up strikeouts left and right. But what's really impressive to me, he hasn't walked anyone either. He's just pounding the zone. His stuff is dirty today.
The first baseman Eric Hosmer is in. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Here comes the first pitch. In tight here with the first pitch fastball. That's 1-0. 2 out here and a runner at second. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner. And he misses. 2-1. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Over towards the dugout, but this one will get into the stands.
Well, they got him in the rocking chair right now. A little changeup, follow up with the fastball. He's a little late with that swing. I may go back with another changeup.
And this is going to be a foul ball. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Full count now. 3-2.
Now on 3-2 as a pitcher, you've got to go with the pitch that you feel most comfortable throwing with.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Royals leave 1. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Back here at Kauffman Stadium here in Kansas City. We're through the first 6 innings with the Tigers on top, and before we start the 7th, let's take a look at our game summary. Action in that KC pen now as a right-hander's begun to loosen up. Miguel Cabrera is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning. 1-0. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And get your groove on. It's into the party porch for a home run. So a solo shot off the bat of Miguel Cabrera. His second home run of the game. And the Tigers add on. It's now a 5-0 score.
Hey, I think it's time to start pitching around this guy. He's hit 3 home runs already in this series. I'm not sure what more they need to see, but this is not the guy I want to be pitching to right now.
Stepping in now, J.D. Martinez. He swings and grounds it to short. A diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. And no chance at a recovery here, as despite a great effort that time, they won't get an out on the play.
Left fielder.
Striding in once again, Justin Upton. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. Comes set with the 0-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a waste pitch there, 1-2. A runner at first with no outs here. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. He'll try again. 1-2. 1-2 is an off-speed pitch. No dice. It's 2-2. In front of the changeup there as this is chopped foul at home plate. Another 2-2 offering, and Upton can't connect there as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Man, I love watching a pitcher that just rears back and blows smoke by a guy at the letters. That's the ultimate challenge pitch, and for me personally, watching hitters swing and miss, man, that's a sight of beauty.
Nick Castellanos now as he lines it hard to the right side, but out of play. The 0-1 delivery. Started that swing a bit too early. Here it comes on 0-2. Swing and a miss. Looked like the knuckle curve there, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, catcher.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, James McCann. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. In the dirt here. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1. 2 out with the man at first. And this is going to be fouled into the diamond level seats.
Oh, man, I think he thought he was going to get another breaking ball right there. He's a little bit late on that fastball. That's a nice pitch, though, following that breaking pitch to keep him off balance with the heater.
A swing and a miss on a ball way outside the strike zone, and the inning is over.
Ladies and gentlemen,
But the Tigers do strike for one on the solo home run by Miguel Cabrera. Bottom of the 7th inning coming up. Get up and stretch. It's the Tigers 5 and the Royals nothing. In is Jorge Soler. He'll start it out against Michael Fulmer to begin the inning.
Jorge Soler.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a ball, 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Grounder down the line at third. But this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
Ball 2. Here's one that misses inside, and the count's run full now, 3-2.
Well, he's been throwing the ball pretty well so far, but right here, 3 balls to the leadoff guy to maybe get them a chance to get them going. He's just got to come back, make them swing the bat. I'd rather see him earn his way on the base by swinging the bat instead of a walk.
And he rings up another one. Make it 9 strikeouts for him in the game.
I'll tell you, he looks really dialed in on the bump right there. He's got a shutout going, and he really seems to have this lineup off balance. Even when he challenges them up in the zone, they don't have an answer for it.
Ready once again, Mike Moustakas. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. First pitch is a fastball inside, 1-0.
Hey, the guy in the mound is having one heck of a night, but the downside of that, if you're going to strike out a lot of guys, your pitch count is going to be high. So this gives the offense some kind of hope as this game's getting down to the end.
And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Grounded back up the middle. Backhanded. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He really didn't have a chance to get his feet set, so this is all arm. Nicely done.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. The windup and the 0-1. Tough slider down low for a strike.
Boy, he's been great in this one. He's only 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
Down the first baseline, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. KC down in order. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. Seth Maness is on his way into the ball game now, as he'll be making his 50th appearance of the year.
Seth Maness.
Coming to the plate now, Austin Jackson. He'll lead things off as they look to perhaps build on an already sizable lead. Liner toward right center, and Jackson's aboard, a base hit.
Well, they've had a game plan. They've been really aggressive. Right here, he jumps on the first pitch. They're not laying off, and it's paying off for them. They came here with a mindset they were going to be aggressive, and we're seeing them execute.
And that'll bring up Mikey Mata, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. It was a walk in his last trip. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. To second for 1. Over to Hosmer, and it's a double play.
Hey, it's hard to do anything with a pitch like that that's below the zone. And if you do anything with it, most of the time, this will be the result. A double play on a good pitch down in the zone.
Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. Comes in with a changeup, and it's 2-0.
Well, that's good hitting. You know why? Because he's looking for one specific pitch. Those pitches are close. Looks like to us he's laying off them, but they're not what he wants, so he didn't swing.
3-0 now. Ian Kinsler would be next. From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Looks at a two-seamer right down the middle. 3-1. Here it is. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. 2 out, nobody on. Hit to third. Moustakas is there. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. We'll see Alex Gordon to start things out when we come back. It's the Tigers 5 and the Royals nothing. Mark Lowe will come on now as he'll be appearing in his 45th game this year.
Number 21, Mark Lowe.
Digging in once again, Alex Gordon. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8.
Alex Gordon.
And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. The 0-1 delivery. Takes a high fastball for a strike. Ball swung on and hit high down the line in left, but it'll get back in among the crowd, so the count holds at 0-2. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2. Now here's the pitch. There's a line drive that'll be over the head of Iglesias and on into left center field for a base hit.
Well, that's a slider breaking in right there, and if it's not in on your hands, that's a dangerous pitch. He got lucky that ball didn't go further.
Alcides Escobar.
Here's Alcides Escobar, the shortstop, as he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. And it looks like a right-hander's gotten up to throw in the Tiger bullpen. Now a bunt attempt here, and he'll make the quick basket catch behind the plate, so the bunt attempt doesn't pan out. Time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our 2 starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown 9 have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. Whit Merrifield next to hit. A hit in 2 tries so far. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Upton's after it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
The center fielder, number 6, Lorenzo Cain.
In now is Lorenzo Cain. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty bleak for them heading into the last couple of innings.
And a high strike there, 0-1.
Right there, Matt. You know, they get the leadoff man on, and they haven't been able to advance him. That's why they're not scoring runs. You got to hit and run, steal. Do something to get that runner moving. Get aggressive.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. And there's ball 1. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2. One and two, here it comes. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. 1 left for Kansas City. They can't chip into that 5-0 deficit. A great shot there of famous Union Station with downtown KC in the background. Welcome back to baseball on MLB Network. Matt Strahm enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. At the plate, Ian Kinsler. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest.
Ian Kinsler.
Just got a piece of it as it's fouled back.
That's a big fastball, obviously, and we're going to see this reliever throw it a lot.
The 0-1 delivery. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. Got him to reach for it there as this is grounded to short. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
First baseman
Miguel Cabrera will get another shot at it here as we take you back to inning number 7. This was his 2nd home run of the ball game, as he'd like nothing more than to make it 3 right here. Into the windup and the pitch.
1-0.
High and away on the first pitch fastball there. It's ball 1. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Just a bit high that time as he misses for a ball. From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
Yeah, the guy's been on fire lately, hitting anything close, so I think this is the way to go here. Get the bat out of his hands any way that you can.
Here comes the first pitch. This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1. And he misses with it, 1-1. Runner at first here, 1 man out.
Zero.
1-1 pitch and a nice call for the change. It's 1-2.
1-2.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes.
Nope, inside.
And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. Hit back up the middle. There's one. On to Hosmer, but it'll come too late to get them both.
That was kind of a high degree of difficulty play that time. You see the off-balance throw to second base, and he couldn't get a lot on it, but they did get the out.
Here's Justin Upton now, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Crowds him a bit with a fastball there, and it's to 1-1. A runner on first with 2 away. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Upton awaits the 1-2. Trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. And there's strike 3. So we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. 1 left for Detroit as they're unable to add to their 5-0 lead. And that'll bring up the follower. Orlando. He's going to lead things off in their half of the ninth as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
Well, we've always known this guy was a good hitter. You knew he was going to come out of it eventually. Here's another multi-hit game. It's not one hit that gets you out of it, but the multi-hit game. Maybe this is the signs of things to come.
First baseman Eric Hosmer is in as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Two-0 pitch on the way. And there's the first strike. 2-1. Ready with 2 balls and a strike. Late swing and a ball line fouled into the seats past the third base dugout. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a liner, but a foul ball. Nobody out. Runner on first. And again, he's unable to keep it fair, but he's putting together quite a battle at the plate. The 2-2 one more time. Got him on the good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
In now, Jorge Soler, as he'll swing and hit this one hard, but foul off to the left and out of play. A swing and a high drive to right center field. Jackson going back, but he can't get it as it's off the wall. But he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap.
Hey, that's a base hit right there. Now they got 2 runners on. This may be their best opportunity to get on the board. They've been shut out the whole game.
The third baseman, Mike Moustakas, now. And these guys are making a little push here. You have to like the effort despite the odds.
Yeah, you really do, Matt. Look, they still have a significant hill to climb, but hey, they string a couple of hits together here, and all of a sudden this thing feels doable.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Jackson is under it. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. And they're going to get on the board here with the sac fly, but there's still work to be done. Down 5-1.
The catcher, number 13.
Stepping into the box, Salvador Perez. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game. Ball 1.
You know, in this situation, you almost have to pitch like there's no one on base. That run really doesn't mean anything with the lead they've got. The hitter is the guy that can turn this game on its head.
Now a swing, and he pops him up. And this should do it. Castellanos into shallow left. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
You might think it's just another win, but it's awfully hard to win in this game, especially on the road. But they find a way to get it done, and they should be very happy with this performance.
Tonight's game comes to an end. 5-1 the final score.